Good morning, guys and girls. I hope everybody is ready for another great day. I am holding in my hand right now a press release that will be announced to the world today. That's right, to the world today. I wanted all of our folks on Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing YouTube, Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch, Catch a Better Life, all of our Facebook people. We've got close to 1 million people in all of our social media on there together. I want everybody to be able to see this press release before anybody else did. I'm going to read a little bit of it, but I'm going to kind of talk through most of it. But I'll read it as it starts out so you can see exactly what I'm trying to announce today. Y'all know that I've been fishing Lucky Strike lures for quite a few years right now. And I've been really working hard over there and developing some baits for them, like the Jimmy Houston Legend spinnerbait, bringing back the iconic Red Man spinnerbait, the bait that I won a couple of BASS Angler of the Year awards on, and won a lot of money on. I won a lot of money on that Red Man spinnerbait. We actually sold Sam Walton spinnerbaits when he had only 13 stores. That's right, the store in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, where we were living on Lake Tenkiller, about 10-15 miles south of Tahlequah. That was store number 10 for Sam Walton, and so I went over to Bentonville and sold him spinnerbaits when he had 13 stores, and so we go back a long, long way there. But the Red Man spinnerbait, but I'm going to just read the top of this right now, and you can. I'll just kind of glance down to here and read, but this is a major announcement. It's going to press release all over the world, not just the fishing industry, but all over the world, because Lucky Strike has a new owner. That's right, Lucky Strike has a new owner. We've been working on this for the past several weeks, and it actually came to fruition about 3 weeks ago, but we waited until this Memorial Day week to announce it, because the new owner of Lucky Strike Lure Company is a iconic, patriotic American. And I'll just read it. I'll just start right here and just let you know, right, so it won't keep you in suspense any longer. Toby Keith acquires iconic fishing brand Lucky Strike. Fishing legend Jimmy Houston among the team, reviving this historic company. That's right, my buddy Toby Keith, country music singer. Some of y'all might not be into country music. You still got to know who Toby Keith is. I'll look down through here and I'll tell you some of his awards and some of the things that he's won in the country music bill. But Toby is a great outdoorsman. He loves the outdoors. He's a great American, and the reason we want to introduce get this press release out this week is because Toby's so many patriotic American songs, and a lot of his music is played around Memorial Day, the 4th of July, and of course 9/11, and so we wanted to kind of hold on here. This happened 3 or 4 weeks ago, but kind of hold on and put this out here when you're going to be hearing a lot of Toby Keith music on the radio and on television shows over the next few weeks, especially this week here with Memorial Day. Toby, a great American. Toby has done, I don't remember how many he told me, but like about 100 appearances over in Afghanistan and Iraq, and putting on a tremendous amount of concerts to our soldiers over there. A great American singer, songwriter, and entertainer. Toby Keith has acquired Lucky Strike, a bait and tackle brand as ingrained with top-tier anglers as it is with weekend recreationists. Endorsed by the National Freshwater Fishing Hall of Famer Jimmy Houston and operated by sporting goods industry vet Jeff Williams, the general manager, and Todd Hempen, an operations manager. I've known Todd for a long time. He worked with Bass Pro Shop for years. I've known him for quite a while. The company is relaunching this summer with a new focus on its traditional American-made division in Greenwood, Arkansas, which is right by Fort Smith, while maintaining the current assortment sold nationwide, as well as a new slogan, an American original since 1970. You know, we have a line of baits called American Originals that are made right here in America, and it includes a deep smoothie, and which is my favorite crankbait, or shallow smoothie. We've got square bills, and I actually went fishing today. Took a couple friends of mine from Texas, and we smashed them on a Cajun wake, on a Red Man spinnerbait, and a little Lucky Strike square bill made in Fort Smith, Arkansas, Greenwood, Arkansas. And I caught a few on Old Whopper Plopper. Old Whopper Plopper, I sure did. For the singer, made in America, Lucky Strike occupies a special place in the world of outdoor sports. They've got a lot of history, Toby says. It's actually one of the earliest fishing brands that is universally stocked in national retailers. In the bass fishing world, Lucky Strike is well known for its tackle kits, its handcrafted crankbaits, and of course the iconic Redman spinnerbait. This latter was designed by Houston, who used it successfully for decades and led to his 2 first-place finishers. And it says in the Bassmaster Classic, that's not really right, BASS Angler of the Year. Trading in its prior yellow and black packaging, we're changing the packaging. The Redman spinnerbait will be the first to be red, white, and blue. That's right. Lucky Strike packaging changing to red, white, and blue. The first bait that's going to change the red, white, and blue is the iconic Redman spinnerbait. The old original Redman spinnerbait. We've had that bait on the market for about a year. They can't hardly build them fast enough. It is absolutely slaying the fish. Most of the fish have never seen a Redman spinnerbait. A lot of fishermen have never seen a Redman spinnerbait. And we are smoking them on it. I'm telling you, smoking them on it. The host of the 46-year running Jimmy East Outdoors television show, company's biggest brand ambassador, Toby says Jimmy is one of about 3 big legends in the fishing world. He's been a spokesperson for Lucky Strike for decades, starting building his Redman spinnerbait out of diaper pins and selling them at Walmart, which is true. We started building them really a long time ago when Walmart was just in its early stages. The Redman spinnerbait, iconic bait. Houston's Search's acquisition will make an impact on the world of fishing. In addition to being one of the best singers and songwriters, Toby Keith is an incredible patriot, a great friend for many, many years. Tying these 2 brands together, an American lure company known for making outstanding bass and crappie lures at great prices, is very exciting. As his friend, I'm happy seeing the fire in his eyes over this company. It's a big deal for the fishing industry as a whole to have Toby Keith involved in bringing this brand back to where it ought to be. That was my statement right there. Toby Keith loves to fish. He'd rather crappie fish and catfish than bass fish, but I've bass fished with him a lot. He's a really, really good plastic worm fisherman, but he loves crappie and catfish before he loves bass, I promise you. This is a big deal in the tackle industry. This is a big deal. We got the other 2 people we mentioned in here. Jeff Williams had the brand Flea Fly, which my dad bought flea flies from a guy named Fred Story, who started that company back when I was just a teenager. When I was a teenager on Lake Tenkiller, I caught a jillion crappie on flea fly. Jeff Williams also had the company Team Catfish, so we're going to be doing a lot of catfish baits as well as new crappie baits. It's going to be just absolutely fantastic. It's going to be a big deal for all the Toby Keith fans and all the faithful Lucky Strike customers. And we've got so many people around this country that have caught so many fish on Lucky Strike. And I got to tell you, I'm so excited about this. And one of the reasons I'm so excited is because how excited Toby's been. Y'all know Toby's been battling cancer for the last couple, 2 or 3 years. Toby lost about 65 pounds. He's got a little spot left in his lungs, and it's shrinking. And they've removed a lot of his stomach. He had stomach cancer. He lost about 65 pounds. Hopefully he'll be back out on tour one day singing those great songs. But in the meantime, he has got a fire in his eyes about Lucky Strike Lure Company. And we're going to make it just as good as it ever can be. Toby says, I'm a nostalgic guy, and that's part of it. But this is great stuff. I know a bunch of pro anglers, and they're all telling me if I can get them the stuff, they'll fish with it. With the expertise and marketing muscle Toby Keith is investing in this brand, it's a safe bet they won't be the only one using and having success and catching a lot of fish with the new Lucky Strike lures. Toby Keith, just tell you a little bit about him. If you know anything about country music, you've heard Toby Keith. Iconic American songs, great songwriter. Oh, just about, my sprinkler system just about got me. Iconic songwriter and singer, went to school at Moore High School, the same school I went to. Toby is about 18 or 19 years younger than me, so we did not go to school together. I did not have to go to Moore School for 18 years. I got out of there in 12, just like you're supposed to, as a matter of fact. Toby Keith is one of the most prolific, self-directed, creative forces in country modern area. Toby has amassed 42 top 10 hits. 32 of those have been #1. He sold over 40 million albums, and listen to this. Toby's had more than 10 billion streams, largely on the strength of his own songwriting and producing ability under the banner of his own Show Dog Nashville record label. He has He's in the New York-based All Generate Songwriter Hall of Fame, which is all kinds of music. Nashville Songwriter Hall of Fame back in 1921, and a BMI Icon Hall of Fame. That's some of the things that he's the most proud of. But here's what I'm proud of. I'm proud that Toby's a fisherman. I'm proud that he wants to make this brand better than ever. I'm proud that the ideas that we come up with out here in fishing, the ideas that some of y'all come up with, that will be built into this great, great iconic brand that's been around since like 1970. I mean, this is an old brand, Lucky Strike Lure Company, and it's a great, great brand. And we've got great baits in it, the best spinner baits in our Legend spinnerbait, a modern spinnerbait, our iconic retro spinnerbait, the Red Man spinnerbait, which vibrates sideways, the wire vibrates sideways. The bass have never seen anything like it. There's no bass alive that's seen anything like it, and they will eat the blades off of it. And with the round bend, the old safety pin bend on it, you can catch 200 or 300 fish on one bait and it won't break. You can catch 200 or 300 on one bait and it won't break. Our deep smoothie line, our American original line, we're going to expand. We're changing our packaging to red, white, and blue, and we're just absolutely so excited that Toby Keith, we'll still be building a lot of the baits in Greenwood, Arkansas. We'll be building some right here in Oklahoma as well. An Oklahoma Lure Company. It's been a while since we've had an Oklahoma Lure Company. We have one now in Lucky Strike. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. Ooh, my sprinkler got me then. It got me then a little bit. It went around that time. The first time it didn't get me. It got real close, but that time it got me. But I might go play in it like Milburn or Dale. He wouldn't play in the sprinkler system. I might go do that. That'll be a lot of fun. But you get a chance. You get a chance to check out all the new Lucky Strike stuff. You get a chance to use that Redmond spinnerbait. You're going to be amazed at how great a spinnerbait that is. It will whack those bass, I guarantee you. If you're going to fish with a Redmond spinnerbait, get your lips ready. You're going to be smacking some bass. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there today. The best of luck to Lucky Strike Lure Company, my buddy Toby Keith, Jeff Williams. I'm telling you, this is going to be a great company. Great company. Todd Hempen, my buddy from Bass Pro Shop, that's now with Lucky Strike. I just can't wait. To see all the great things going to happen in the next 2 or 3 years. And while all that's happening, y'all going to catch a lot of fish on Lucky Strike Lures. Have a great one out there today, and remember, I sure do love you.